All right, got my first eye here. One viewer. Woo-hoo! You know it's rocking. So we already had a morning show this morning. It went very well. It had Fraser in it as well as Randy. Here is a wonderful coffee to start your morning off. This is what I'm drinking this morning. Highly recommend it. It is out of Toronto. So everyone, thank you for your support. Oh my Lord. I had the most incredible numbers yesterday, best numbers I've ever had in one day total. And I'd like to thank all the guests that were part of that. Thank you so much for being there. It's fantastic. But, this is a cool format, HAPS. So if you can't, get on, right? Get yourself set up. All I suggest to you is make sure you have an Ethernet connection that's working well. Running it off of Wi-Fi is tough. And if you're running it off your phone, unless you have absolutely amazing connectivity, you're going to have problems fading in and fading out. There's Randy, who's part of the title. So, Randy, I just invited you and I at first here. There's and Donna.
Good.
Okay. All right.
I turned on the 7 multiples, so good.
Yay. Did you notice you're in the title there? I put you first and foremost.
Oh my God. I'm special today.
You're special every day, but especially today. Especially today. So, what would you like to discuss this morning? Or, Banner
It's
Daughter.
Banner daughter, give me a break. Oh God, that's great.
He
Why
has a
don't
daughter,
you?
right? He has a daughter, doesn't he?
I
Maybe it
don't know
is.
now, actually. Does he?
I think he does. I think that's her. You are actually Bannerman's daughter.
No, I was teasing Bannerman about a daughter on a last broadcast with Vince and
Yeah.
Ryan. We were playing around with the long lost photos. We pull them off a line and say that's somebody's daughter or that's them, or we just pull these obscure photos online and put titles on them.
I like inviting him, but if he's from home, his oh my god, his it's awful. The connection. It's terrible. If he's elsewhere, it's fine. Fat guy out west. God, I love that name.
What's up? Yeah, his connection is really it's not working out. Actually, it's pretty much determined now. I can't really invite anybody on a mobile phone. It just really
Yeah,
doesn't work out.
it's crazy. It's
Yeah, I
crazy.
don't know why it's like that. So anyway, let's move ahead. What's happening in the morning? What are you doing? Where are you going? The Sassy 777. Hello and welcome from YouTube. Dr. Jorge Pedrero from Chile. What's happening?
I don't know him. I think that's the first time I've ever seen him in the room.
He's here all the time.
Is
Doctor from Santiago, Chile.
okay, cool. I think that's the first time I've noticed him. I'm sorry if you were in before.
Lori Byrne, Dumfries. Hello, ma'am. How are you? Fraser from Edinburgh. Hello, and how are you?
I know that guy. He seems familiar to me. Randy, do you have headphones at all?
I do. Why? Do you hear an echo?
Yeah, no, I can hear the people in the background in
Oh,
your.
but that won't help because my mic will pick everything up
Oh,
anyway.
okay. That's true. You know what? I didn't think of that.
Yeah, even the headphone mic, it's going to pick up any voices around you. The Sassy says, hello, Michael. Richard, good morning from the southern tier of the upstate New York. What's happening?
Oh,
So we
Richard.
were talking earlier on our casual broadcast that you may be going to possibly the UK someday.
Yeah, probably in a couple of years, if all goes well. But you know what? My wife tends to get these great contracts where she makes really good money, and it keeps
Uh-huh.
her. And it keeps her. We were supposed to be in Toronto no more than 3 years. That was 6 years ago.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
So right? You get in a contract, you get used to a certain type of money. You like the money, and the money is a great motivator. So,
That's
and
just
my
the way it goes.
and my wife loves her work. Do you know what she does?
What does she do exactly?
She works at a shelter and she does counseling. We'll call it counseling. So, and
Fantastic.
yeah, so she loves doing that, and she's been doing that for years. And she's been director of many different nonprofit organizations over the years. And yeah, so I think one of her first patients was me, and she's been working on me for steadily for 30 years.
I don't think that's allowed professionally, but thank you for the fun. There's like what 7 to 12 movies about the patient-doctor relationship that shouldn't be.
Well, the ones I love is we love each other. I'm 35 and he's 16. Yeah, no, yeah, that's not so good.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. Yeah, those are very unique. There's actually a preacher somewhere in the Midwest who
Right.
has married a whole family of daughters one at a time. I seen him on a show not long ago. The government finally put a stop to it. He married like this gentleman somewhere in Asia, had 7 daughters, and the preacher married one a year and brought him to the U.S. And they finally caught up with him and told him no more.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, he's
That, that's crazy. So if I bought a house in the Philippines, if I was allowed to go there, and I got a normal house, not 9 million square foot, but if I wanted to get, say, something that was, say, 3,000 square feet, something like you've got, the equivalent
right
of what
now you would have to get a townhome. It would be quite hard.
yeah.
I don't really know. Prices on this island now are just incredibly insane. I don't understand what happened.
Yeah, but that's not the island. Hey, should we invite Swift Beats up? Swift
Hey,
Beats,
what's happening with Beats?
he's always uplifting. Let's hear. Swift Beats, are you close to your computer? We can't tell.
You need a good connection only, we ask.
Yeah, that's all. It just drives us insane. We're getting grumpy in our old age here, especially me. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know that it's grumpiness. It's just common sense. Bad connections just you end up talking the whole time about the connection and the quality, which you're really getting away from your broadcast, which a
Agreed.
lot of people, they like to hear and talk and enjoy. So the enjoyment leaves when you spend the whole time. Even people have told me several times now they don't want to hear about apps not working. Just talk.
There's truth there. There's truth, but I think they also missed seeing you alone as well. I think they loved the crazy the ness of your Saudi.
Yeah, I have not been out of the house in 2 days, so I think we went somewhere for a moment yesterday, to eat, and that was about it. And today I didn't go out.
You were saying that was it Spain that the COVID is rampant? Was
It's
it you
Brazil.
that Brazil? Okay.
Yeah, Brazil has some serious problem right now.
Mary, hello.
Mary from Houston. What's up, Miss Houston? How are you?
Mary,
No, but here, I don't know. You could probably pick up a condo at a good price. It just depends. I mean, foreigners can buy condos here. I'm not sure. You could probably pick up a really nice condo for $100,000 or less, maybe, I guess. It depends. Your wife likes the city. So any city in the world costs money.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Bob
if you
Urban,
want to
how
live
are
in
you?
the countryside, it's okay. But if you want to live in a city anywhere in the planet, cities cost money.
Yeah. Now you showed a small little house that was cute when you were on a scope yesterday, and you said that was affordable for anyone.
Oh yeah, those are only like $10,000, $11,000 for a little 2 bedroom closet style house, like a little house type thing.
Yeah,
And you could have something like that.
a nice getaway. Now,
They're just yeah.
would you Airbnb it? Is that the idea with that, or is that would be like a studio, or
I was thinking it's a house on an island with no cars.
yeah?
I would like to have one, but I can't get a return call from the realtor. Maybe
That's
he's been
interesting.
off for 2 days. Who knows? Maybe he passed away.
Randy.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, sometimes. The last realtor got a hold of me fairly promptly and took me to the bluff of property I wouldn't take for free. So the real estate market here is not as safe and friendly as the rest of the world. There's
Yeah,
always a questionable part of the ownership. And is there any fighting or anything going on over the property? it's a sticky situation. They don't have a good title search and title protection here.
Yeah,
And a
I've
lot of
heard that.
properties have documentation that's like a tax declaration, and they didn't really ever get a title. So the rest of the world, you have to be careful when purchasing property.
Yeah, because it could be all illusion. That's what you're saying, right?
It could be an illusion. There could be 10 family members fighting over a will, and one family member is trying to sell it.
Yeah. I want to
The
bring I want to bring
probate
some,
type stuff.
I want to bring something up that happened yesterday. I was trying someone desperately was trying to get me to give my personal information up online. So be careful out there right now. You
Oh,
know,
really? Why? What were their what was their kind choice words to try to convince you to do this?
oh, your credit history has two new things on it. Would you like to know about it? Contact us now. And I'm thinking, yeah, no thanks. And
Exactly.
there's always an urgency. I've had calls where I was indicted on a matter that I needed to call them right away. I've had that before. Yeah, and it was just completely bogus. And I got on there and went, well, where are you calling from? First of all, where's this call being called from? And then they hung up. But
Yeah,
what they're
they're always
doing is,
calling. They're calling from India. It's I don't know why. What happens in India? The police are in on the corruption. So what they're doing is the local scam centers just pay off the local police guy, and they kind of forget about everything.
yeah.
Yeah, that's happening quite a bit. Haven't you watched? There's one guy, the cat, somebody. He does broadcast all the time. He plays with the scammers, and he just keeps them on the phone by the hours.
Oh, no way. That's
Oh God,
funny.
he's hilarious. He pretends he's a grandmother. He's a grandfather. He pretends he keeps on the line from 1 to 5 hours that he's
Oh,
going to get a money order. Then he comes back and everything they tell him to do, he slightly messes it up and they have to start over and they get so fed up. It's hilarious.
yeah. There was this a broadcast that I saw. This was a couple years ago, and this guy would call retailers, and I didn't think it was very nice, but he would do things like, I hear you have all the chicken pieces. Can I pick them up and put them together? And will the chicken work?
I've never heard that one.
Yeah, like crazy stuff like that. Like, would it be okay if I parked at your house? Is it okay if I park at your house? Like ridiculously stupid stuff. And where do you live? And can I live in your driveway? Yeah, there was a guy that was doing that for a while. Now that's weird. Look at that, Randy.
Yeah, that's the
Vanner's
same
daughter.
person who bothers Richard and bothers Vince. They're just into creating multiple accounts.
But you see there, it said just subscribe 4 times.
Yeah, they unsubscribe, subscribe. It's actually that kid named Michael that got blocked
Yeah.
due to his name Michael something. I don't remember exactly, but it's not like it's a secret.
So what is the benefit of subscribing and unsubscribing over and over again? Is just an
Just making
irritant?
up, just putting their name up there for something to do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
So what I'm drinking here, folks, is carrot juice and who knows, turmeric and a whole bunch of other stuff. My wife is trying to keep me around, so it's been working. My pants are a little looser. How are you doing on your diet, Randy?
I'm doing great. What is the stuff with the turmeric? I have a hard time eating turmeric or drinking turmeric directly. I like it in food, but to
Yeah,
make a beverage with it, it's not tasty to me.
it isn't tasty.
Yeah, it's kind of rough.
You're absolutely correct on that. It's not a tasty thing.
Not at
Um,
all.
no, no, it's not. It's definitely not a smoothie. Let's put it that way. But it does help with digestion and we were talking earlier movements. There we go. We'll call it that, movements.
There you go, movement. I was watching a doctor about the juicing, and he
Yeah,
was. I watched 3 or 4 of the wellness doctors, and they were talking about the juicing and the amount of sugar you're actually intaking
yeah.
counteracts any benefits.
You have to be careful.
And I love carrot juice, but it's actually full of sugar, and I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And if you, my wife also makes these green ones that are celery, and celery is super salty.
Oh, is
If
it? I
you,
didn't know that.
oh, if you do straight, but there's all these benefits. Now, here's the thing: when I was a kid, celery and carrots were considered a waste of time to eat. They had no benefit. So it goes to show. And beets, you couldn't give beets away. Beets now are like as expensive as meat. There are people now
Really?
because of all the benefits of beets. But when I was a kid, you couldn't give beets away.
I was eating in Saudi before I left this time. I was actually getting beet juice. They would grind it up, and it wasn't really that bad.
Yeah, I like the taste of it. The only problem is the next morning you look like things are bleeding, but you're not bleeding. It's fine. You're good.
Okay.
Fresh juice is best. Bulldog Mom. Yes, I
Interesting.
agree. Yeah. Well, if you have green juice the next day, Randy, it tastes like, you know what? It's not good. Sewer.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's not great the first time. But have you ever seen the diets where you only have celery juice?
I've
That's
never
it.
heard of that.
People swear by rapid weight loss, but the problem is with rapid weight loss, you can easily put it back on, and it's. I think it's dangerous to do too much fasting. The other thing that's really big right now is 16 hours of not eating, 8 hours of eating. So you let your body have an intermittent fasting.
Yeah, I've seen that. That works well. Mine, if I just do the protein thing, I'm fine. I don't. If I stay away from bread 100% and all sugar products, I do perfect. The weight naturally comes off faster.
Have you ever had Subway, the Subway sandwich? You must have within your lifetime, right?
Yeah, but I don't. I don't really like Subway. They used to be good, but now their
Yeah.
meats are so. They're like long life meat type products.
Yeah, you're right. And the
I
bread
prefer
is
to
like a
chew my
donut.
food and drink it. I hear
They're
you.
some of their breads have 22 grams of sugar in it. That's close to a donut. How
Wow.
can that be good for you? So yeah,
The keto diet thing is really going around, Richard. Yeah, everybody's into that.
I like this. I prefer to chew my food and not just drink them. Your body assimilates the vitamins better though in the juicing. That's the
Oh, I
Randy.
was
You
just
good?
looking at the clock, figuring out what's going on. We only
Yeah.
have 340 or 400 viewers. You know what it is.
What?
Right now is the sleep time in most of the world on a Friday throughout the Gulf region. Most people are asleep after their lunch.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's that CS. It's the official time to sleep
So, and how long do they sleep for, Randy?
until they probably take a nap from 1:30 to 4, get up and active around 8 p.m. Friday is the family day. That's the day you get up, you go to the mosque, which is like going to Sunday church, you go to a sermon, then you come and you eat with family and friends,
Yeah.
then you go home. This is the day I usually sleep all day. I don't broadcast this day. I
Oh,
just
thank you for
realized
being
it's
here.
Friday. This is my non-broadcast day. No,
Thank
in
you
the
for being.
Philippines, it's normal, but I'm just now thought about it. Yeah, Bulldog Mom says it's 3:50 a.m. where she's at,
Yeah.
and then Saudi, it's now the time for the siesta. So,
So, Randy, did I ever tell you about my father-in-law, where he worked in Saudi for Bell Canada? They were supposed to employ him for 1 year, and it ended up being 5. And he said they never got anything done because they were always in the midst of a siesta or this or that, delays,
where was
changes.
this in Saudi?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
this
he was
was,
probably on the TEP 6 project, which was a big thing where Ma Bell and AT&T were going to put in the first phone lines around the country.
yeah, and I think it was early 90s, maybe.
Yeah, early 90s it is, yeah.
Yeah, and he loved it. He actually lived in one of the palaces. He was
Yeah,
because he was
that
one of.
project was the most costly overrun project in history. I
He
think they
said that.
surrendered at the end of the project. I think they surrendered. They just couldn't get anything done. The people they brought in the many scenarios, they didn't understand how to work in the environment and the culture. So they were actually just, even within their whole company there was turmoil. So and they were really failing to get anything done. You see that around the world.
he benefited greatly
Oh,
because,
a lot of guys did. I know guys that retired from that project.
yeah, he did insanely well because he had no expenses. When he was there, he literally had no expenses. So everything
Yeah.
he made, he socked, and he was paid in American instead of Canadian, and he was quite happy. And you're right. When he came back, I think he only worked a couple more years and retired, and he was, very comfortable. Thank you
What's up,
to
Chef Daddy?
Saudi.
How are you? Yeah, that was a good project for many years for people. I came in, it was still going on, but I think it ended later, but it didn't end properly. I don't know the whole story, but I think another company had to come in and take
Yeah.
over.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. It went sideways for so long they gave up.
Yeah, they just couldn't overcome the working environment and their requirements and things to do. You know, a lot of projects in business throughout the world is failed in the project implementation. It takes your a career just to get a big project, and time you get it on the board, you can lose everything just in the management of the project. Good to see you
Um,
again, Jim Daddy. Hello, thank you for being here.
we appreciate everybody who's here this morning. This is still very early in the morning. It's 6:52 where I am, but and I'm grateful you're here as well, Randy.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
3 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast, and it's official sleep time in the Middle East.
all right. I'm gonna say, okay, we had a few minutes here, so let's do this. All
No,
right,
let's do anything you'd like. We're welcome. Let's go for it.
there you go. Well, I'm inviting someone in.
Very good. Do it. Invite him.
Yeah.
Do it.
I thought we'd have a few minutes of normalcy here, and unless he's upset with us now, which is fine too. But usually, you're right. The comments are so insane that keeps us bopping, right?
Yeah, I just remembered now. I was thinking about it. Oh, it's Friday and this time of night and the time where it's at, where I know most of the people, a lot of people I know throughout the West Coast of America, it's three something in the morning for them. And then in the Middle East, it's the sleep time. So it's just the way it is. It's the timing, you know.
But in
You work
Saudi,
12 to 16 hours a day. What sleep? I hear you.
you were saying that in Saudi, God is first. Everything is channeled through God. Like any blessings you have, any fortune is due to God,
Yeah, it's God's will. Everything happens to his will. Without his will, it doesn't happen.
and that's across the board for
Pretty
everyone.
much. That's everything. Everyone.
Yeah,
A lot
see
of
that.
bad weather in the States, is there? Yeah, we've been having rain for 2 days.
Uh,
Are you going to be on later today in the evening, by the way?
Myself,
Yeah,
I don't know. I might be. I
I
think
hear
I'm.
you.
I've been. This is the most broadcast I think I've ever done in a week.
Yeah, me too. I'm burnt out a little bit.
Yeah, and believe it or not, folks, when you do these, they require a lot of energy, right? You have to be vigilant and read the comments, and you also have to come up with content.
Yeah,
And
Will's
most
at 7 a.m. Whoa, early.
the I don't know if you know this, but in Vegas right now, they've been getting snow on and off.
Really?
Isn't that weird?
I don't know. Vegas is cold in the winter. I wouldn't doubt it.
And then we had not that long ago in Japan, they had heavy snowfall.
Yeah, Japan
So
has always had snow.
really,
Yeah,
I like not that kind though, where it buried a car, like where you didn't
they've
see the
had
car.
heavy snow in the mountains of Japan always.
Oh no way. Okay,
Oh,
see.
yeah. A lot of the things we see as weird is just always going around. What it is, you're starting to look out into the world more and more.
Well, HAPS is helping. Like
Yeah,
honest to God, it's opening my eyes to different places. Like I've never been to New Zealand. I want to go. Just from the broadcast I've seen, it seems like such an amazing place. Have you been there,
that
Randy?
is one of the places on my list after seeing what's her name, Louise Puppy. Her she was roaming around New Zealand. Oh, what a nice place, man.
The other one I want to go to, which is a really strange place, is Easter Island. But
Yeah, I don't
I
really
don't think
understand that.
I don't think it's cheap though. And for those who don't know what Easter Island is, there's Fraser. Hi, Fraser. How are you?
Just No, I'm just
Even Hawaii has snow on the Big Island. Yeah, at the top of the volcano, they surely do. All right, I'm going to call it quits. It's good to see
Yeah.
you guys. Have a great day, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you,
I'm gonna go,
Randy.
yeah,
I
I'm going to
appreciate
go ahead
your.
and roll up the doors for the day. I believe I'll see you everybody on a Saturday.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Thank you. Have a good one, Frazier. See you, Michael.
All right. And there he goes. All right. Hey, Frazier. How you doing?
I've just eaten some food actually.
Are
Just
ya?
had some.
Yeah. As long as you don't yawn. If there's any yawning, we're done.
I need to call
So
Mike.
what is the current time there now? Are you into 11 o'clock yet?
No. 5 hours between you and me.
Yeah.
I'm
So
hitting 7.
what do you think about snow in the desert? What do you think about that? Do you
Yeah,
th-
it's kind of
do you think
it's
that's
kind of
strange
bizarre.
or what?
Well, it does get cold in the desert at night sometimes, and so maybe it's just a a freak weather front that's coming through from somewhere.
Well, we've
Um,
been here -10 Celsius,
it's
and that's cold.
10 Celsius. Do you deal with Celsius more than Fahrenheit?
-10. In Canada we do Celsius.
Same here. We do Celsius. Obviously, in America they deal with Fahrenheit. So here, at
Ac-
the moment, it's 4 degrees centigrade. It's not. It's that slowly getting a bit better weather-wise because, well, we're forecast. They said they're forecast for snow for Saturday at 5 degrees, but the reason that'll be more for higher ground. But we always get high humidity, so we'll get.
Donna! Yay,
I
we've
don't know.
got Donna. Let's let
We
Donna in
get
here.
93% humidity. So I
Okay.
don't know how to.
All right, I'm going to let Donna talk here for a bit. Okay, buddy? Just one sec here. Hi, Donna.
Hi
How,
guys.
how are
Sorry, I'm
you?
just bust into your broadcast.
No, you're allowed to bust in every day. I would love that. That would bring me great joy. So
Awesome,
I
awesome.
would feel extremely blessed. It's just you on the screen right now. So we're
Okay.
showcasing you.
Oh, yay.
So what are you currently feeling blessed about today? What are you feeling a sense of gratitude for?
Um, Grateful for this moment right now. I'm always grateful that I'm able to come to the beach every morning at sunrise, and that I have the ability to do that. Um, Not everyone can do that, so
Oh,
I'm
I
very
have to
grateful.
admit I'm very what's the word, envious. I'm not an envious person, but cold or not cold, I would give anything to be there. I did see yesterday where a lot of the resorts have nobody there, and the people who are there, they have just like little flames up keeping them warm.
Yeah, it's 50 in the 50s right now, so it's a little cool, a little cool. I have to show you the this view. We have let me see if I can zoom in here. We have that I may need to stand up. I don't know if you can see the full moon is out still.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. Do you have a morning practice that you do? Do you meditate like besides on air? How do you get centered in the morning or do you just wake up?
I just wake up and come, and that's why often in my broadcast, until after I do my yoga and meditation, I'm not very centered at all. Today I'm a little bit better, but I this was my morning practice, and then a friend saw me. Who was a fellow yoga teacher, she saw me from a condo that she lived at near the beach. She would go for walks, and she says, "You need to start broadcasting on Periscope. You would do great." This was when it first started. She says it's a new app. You need to try it out. And so reluctantly, I did because I really didn't want to. Um, I didn't want to have another social media task that I felt like I needed to do, kind of thing. But my I just felt like it was so gorgeous here that I wanted to share that image because every day that I was coming, the beach looked different, the sunrise looked different, and I just felt like it was so beautiful to share. So I started broadcasting, just showing the images of what I was seeing, and then it turned
How
into
do
my
you deal
introduction.
with broadcast burnout? How do you deal
Um,
with that?
I haven't felt that till the last few months. Up until this time, all the whole 5 years, I've just felt like it was something like compelled within me, and that's
Mhm.
how I've been trying to live my life from that gut intuition of like, this is something you have to do, because after I started doing it, and then I felt like I was making a difference, I guess, and it felt like I wanted to share, because
Yeah.
I was doing it on Instagram every day, the photographs of the sunrise, and I felt compelled to share that. And then after I started doing this, I felt turned into that feeling of I have to do this, um, like I couldn't do anything else, like a really compelling thing. Like if I missed it, something was wrong. So,
Heavenly Dew is saying hello to you, saying good
uh,
morning. So is Dina D. And talented producer is also saying hello to you this morning. So
aloha talent producer and Dia Dia
you
Dia.
are crystal clear this morning. Crystal
Oh,
clear.
yay.
Yeah. So whatever they've done, what phone do you use, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm using an iPhone 8s.
Yeah. See, if you use iPhone, you're fine. But I find if you use anything Android, it can be dicey. They haven't quite mastered the Android yet. But iPhone, if you have anything iPhone or iPad, it's pretty darn good. Now, do you run an external mic at all? Do you do that?
I do, but I don't have one in now because I'm talking to you. My external mic is just a microphone. I wouldn't be able to hear you.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think we're lucky. If it's a windy day, I won't ever be able to jump onto the broadcast because you won't be able to hear me. But
So we talked yesterday about how you've been on for like 6 years. Is it more than that? Because Randy says he remembers you from like 8 years ago.
well, I started in 2015, and so what's that? 7
5
years,
years ago. Yeah.
6 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
um, I started in 2015, so yeah.
So that is 6 years. But people don't realize how difficult it is to make content every day and to be up every day and do this. So I am so grateful for people like yourself who have the guts to put themselves in front of the camera, to shine their light each and every day. And the thing is, when you do stuff like this, that's in the atmosphere of a little bit woo or spiritual, if you like that better, you can be judged. There's always that pendulum of people who do not want you to shine, and I want you to continue to shine, and I want you to know that I really appreciate the effort you put in the last 6 years.
Thank you so much, Michael. Yeah, it is. You do get a lot of haters, and I just, I guess because of my yoga practice, I just don't let. I realize that that's not about me; it's about them, and I just let those comments go. Occasionally, I do feel a little sting, but usually not. Usually, I just realize um, that it's all about them, something going on with them, and I actually feel sorry for those people who feel like they need to do that. That they need to make comments or um, condemn you for whatever reason.
But isn't that the balance in the universe, though, right? Like you are always going to have, the ones that shine light, and you're always going to have those who are in the darkness. And I've had, even in my own life, where I've been very angry and very sad. It was a while ago, but you always have the ability to come into the light, no matter how deep you are into something, be it addiction or bad relationships. Just know that there are people out there. The teacher will present itself then when you're ready, and
Yeah.
and Donna's one of the good ones.
And I have to say that for many years, for like 20 years, I was sad and down and suffering until I started, doing this daily practice of yoga and just learning these tools
Yeah,
of shifting your thoughts and things like that to step you into the light. To realize that you have the choice which reality you're going to live in. You have
yeah.
the choice to keep thinking those negative thoughts or um, to think the more positive thoughts.
Is this affecting you? Do you
Is this?
think right now, like what we're talking about? Do you feel it?
No. I have my eyes are watering. Is that why?
Yeah,
Can you see that?
yeah. I saw that. I was wondering. I thought, am I going too far here? I was a little worried. That's why I was asking. Is
Oh
that the
no,
wind? Just the wind?
it's the you win and it's cold. It's well cold for me, 55 degrees. But it's yeah, it makes my eyes water. But no, I'm fine.
Okay. As long as we're not stirring up old pain.
Especially after I just said I was sad for so long, right?
But I was too. I remember my daughter when I was really young, like when I was in my early 30s, I guess. I guess it was in my mid 30s. My daughter was like, you have to get your act together. And she was like 4. And she was an old soul. And she said, Dad, you can be happier than this. The problems you're having are because of the way you think. And she was like 4 or 5 years old. And I swear something was channeling through her.
I had a similar experience with my son. He said, "You're the only one who's unhappy, Mom."
But it's a choice,
Yeah,
right?
it
And a
is.
lot
It
of
is
us
a choice.
we get stuck. And we get stuck with the story that we think about constantly.
Exactly, and the hard part is because the story could be true. I mean, or was true, but we don't have to, like you say, get stuck in that story. We have to let that story go. Like, that did happen. It was horrible and unfortunate, but you have to move on to the moment you're in, because you could be sitting at the beach like I am right now and still be unhappy, you know. So we have to let those circumstances go, like you said, and choose to live in the moment that you're in, where you're okay and have good things around you.
Now, can you briefly talk about the benefits of yoga, if you don't mind? Because there are people here in this room, especially because Randy was just here, that don't think that yoga can help them, don't think the spirituality can help them. They think she gets emotional, folks, when she talks about yoga, that tear that's coming down. Or maybe me just bringing up Fraser or bringing up Randy is bringing intense emotions into her right now.
That's what it is.
Fraser, do you want to ask her anything on the spiritual scope? I can, like, you want to ask her a question? He's got his head. He's going like this.
Well, I'll just quickly talk about yoga, and then I'll go off. The thing about yoga is that when you start practicing yoga, and in the sense that you're using it not just for a physical exercise practice, but in the sense that you are slowing your breath down, grounding to the present moment, you get a clarity, because when your breath slows down and your body slows down, your mind is calm, and you get more of a clarity, and you can start seeing that moment, or seeing those moments when you are going back into that story, and you can pause there and say, aha, I need to shift my thoughts, instead of just going deeper into it, and then you realize you're in this, state of depression.
We have everybody back here. You're in the center because you're the star of the show right now. But I just wanted people to feel the essence of you and your energy, and you're such a little glowing being, and we need that in this world.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm going to pop off.
Yes, thank you.
But
And
thank you
have
so
a
much
great
for having me.
show. Thank you
All
for
right.
popping
See
up.
you,
You're
Fraser.
welcome anytime.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
She is such a source of light. I love her. She's wonderful. Okay, I'm going to let you back on here, buddy. There you go. You speak your words of wisdom, my
No,
friend.
I was listening. I was just been letting you.
It was getting
Oh.
very woo there. We were in the woo land. We even had the ocean in the back. I love when I asked you if you wanted to ask a question. You're going,
yeah. I was lying to just let her. I've been on enough. You need to have more. You need to have more. You need to have more different guests. So me and I know, right? Yeah, we're on too much. Well, it's good to be on, but you need to have more of a variety.
yes. Oh, I
variety.
totally agree. But you know what? People love you, and you bring our views up. I've always said you are the voice.
Let's reverse that. Randy brings your views up.
No,
Randy
well,
puts the views up.
but yesterday, here's an example. When Donna came in, she bumped up maybe double what Randy had. I've never had numbers that I had. Like if I usually do it with Randy, I'll get 1,000 views maybe. She came in and yesterday it was over 2,500 views with her. It was unbelievable. I've never had that. That was the first. And you know what I loved about yesterday is we had so many comments. I've never had that many comments. So that brief time she was on here, buddy, she got 1,400 views in that brief moment.
Here's a deal for you. Since obviously on a serious, how about I interview you on my podcast?
I'm not ready yet. I told you when I get.
I'm not talking about radio. I'm talking about my podcast. It's different.
Yeah, I'm not quite there yet. When I feel that I have some form of accomplishment in this, then I will. But
Let's just do a simple practice, okay? I know you're going to go to work, okay?
yeah,
Simple practice. Let me just my podcast. I talk about you. I talk about people's lives who've been through challenging times in their life and they've come out the other end to the light.
yes,
So the reason why it all depends on how deep you want to talk about your life and how open you want to be, especially in a live broadcast on a
yeah.
podcast. So that's up to you. But
I would rather know that I have a week to live, and then I would say everything. You know, if I had 7 days to go, then I would spill everything, and then I would just leave the mess. I would just go, this is it. But until I have 7 days left, and I'm hoping I have more than seven,
right,
I
no,
will
well,
not
I
be.
was
I
just
will not be doing that.
right. Okay,
Have you
well
ever
that's
thought about? Have you ever thought about juicing, buddy? My past when I was a kid, I could write a book,
that's one way to
and
change the
and and
subject.
anybody who lived it knows how crazy I was. I was an extremist, and at the absolute craziest extremist you could possibly. I was a DJ when I was a kid. I loved alcohol. I dabbled in some forms of recreational drugs. I loved
Well,
women. I loved food. I was full barrels crazy. So the
okay.
people who know me back then are like, who the hell is this guy? Like, who's this woo guy? I want Party Mike back. Where did Party Mike go? Where is he? He's gone. And those are friends that I've known for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mr. Cook, how are you? He is one of the greatest guests. Are you hooked up on your computer? Or if not, we can't do it because bandwidth is, it goes.
I can drop down. Don't worry, I can just go
No,
away.
no, I don't want you. I don't want to drop down. Just
You
if you
can.
have to go, then go. But if I would rather you be here.
I'm
I
here.
always like you.
No, just if you've got obviously got your crazy days when if you want to talk about them, it's entirely up to you on a broadcast.
It says here, Michael, I can relate. We cannot write the book until we are ready to leave. I could write a book and no one would believe it except for the people who were there.
But
Like
yeah,
it was insane. There was about 2 years there. That would be a great mini series, and people would go, "That's bullshit."
okay. Here's guy's got a cleaning idea for me. So
Okay,
this is the cleaning
let's
guru.
hear this.
Well, let's have a look. Tell me about it.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to come up and tell us? Okay, I'll invite him in. I think that's what he's saying. I think that's what he's trying to say. He's going to give you some tips here, buddy. All right, here we go. Here we go. And maybe we'll end the show on there.
Let's see if when you get these tips, they know all the cleaning tips. Sorry, guy, but I'm sure it's genuine. But the amount of people that tell you, yeah, but
He's one of my favorite guests. He is so funny.
Guy's good fun. Yeah, he's called Mr. Talk a Lot. His Indian name. That is
Mr. Talk a Lot. Oh my God, you're funny. Okay.
That's what he says himself, Mr. Talk a Lot. He's Indian.
Yeah.
Name.
Well, he says we're twins. That's the other thing. He says we look identical.
Who, me?
People wonder he could just come in here, do the broadcast, and they would know our voice is the same. That's what he said. Look at him. He's ready. He's a web developer, by the way.
I know.
All right.
For a long time. I'm the one that gave him the nudge.
Are you on Ethernet or are you on Wi-Fi?
Ethernet.
Good man. Okay, that's the right answer. There you go. Okay, you and Fraser are going to talk for a second. I have to take a pause for the cause. I'll see you in 1 sec.
It's going to drain the vein.
Okay. Yesterday, because it was so late in the day, I couldn't holler at you. I didn't think waking you up at 2 o'clock in the morning to say, hey, Fraser, how do you get that gunk off the oven glass on the inside of the oven door? You know how it's got that big glass panel so you can look in the oven for some reason?
I already do oven cleaning.
So here's the recipe. Baking soda and white vinegar. And then I get those, those green plastic scratchy pads they have at the Dollar Tree. You don't have a Dollar Tree. You have something else. But anyway.
I do oven cleaning. I know I do oven cleaning. You can see my website. You know that.
Well, yeah, but you use those harsh chemicals, right? Or do you
No,
use
no, no.
or you use baking soda and vinegar?
No, I use a gel called Oven Mate, which is non-toxic.
Okay. Well, try that next time you get an oven, a gunky glass door. Try that baking soda with vinegar. You don't have to let it sit for 10 minutes. You sprinkle the baking soda on and pour a little tiny bit of vinegar. Don't take much. A little tiny bit of vinegar and scrub it. And when I say scrub it, I should say wipe because it doesn't take like both hand elbow grease to get it off. It just melts it right off. I don't know what it is. Some sort of a chemical reaction, but it works really good. I'm glad I caught you.
Appreciate that.
So-
Baking soda is used in a lot of cleaning products as well. It's quite popular. It's easy to.
Hello, sir. How are you? I heard about chemical reactions. Are you talking about your love life or cleaning?
Cleaning.
Okay, good.
And
Okay.
yesterday's effort, the wife
Yes.
opened up the oven. We haven't cleaned it in a couple of years.
Okay.
And the glass panel on the inside of the door was filthed. I mean, you know that black
Yes.
baked on stuff.
Yeah.
And so I said, "Oh, there's got to be a way." So I Googled it.
Mhm.
First thing that popped up is you don't have to go buy some harsh chemical that's going to ruin the environment. You've got everything you need to clean this is in the kitchen. I said, "Oh, well, that's nice." So I went and looked in the kitchen, looked at the post. It said baking soda and white vinegar. And so I had
Interesting.
there's some rubber gloves you get for working on your car so you don't get all greasy. So I put a
Mhm.
pair of those on. And plus, I didn't want to have that vinegar smell. And Michael, I'm telling you, it's a 23 joule stem wine and wonder technology for cleaning that glass.
Aw.
Because you sprinkle the baking soda on there
Yeah.
and just pour a little, like maybe a teaspoon,
Yeah.
not even, maybe less than that, of the vinegar, and it goes nuts. Yeah. It just
Fat guy out west, thank you so much for the 50-cent reward there. I totally appreciate it.
Oh,
Also, right now, Fraser has got his website here if you need cleaning. And I believe Guy will come over and show you how to clean for the right amount of money if you live in the area. He'll walk by and critique your cleaning for you. Would you do that?
oh, I didn't see the comment, but fat guy, that I said, how does he know
Fat
I'm
guy out
having-
west. I love that
Yeah.
name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not so fat guy from Toronto now. I've lost a few pounds.
Yeah. I've lost 9. I need to lose about 16 more. My goal is to lose 25.
Whereabouts do you need to lose the weight? And Fraser, do you need to lose
In
any
my
weight,
gut.
or are you perfection right now?
No, when I get the gyms back open, I'll get back to the gym. But I'm managing what I'm doing.
Well,
at the moment.
You know, speaking of the gym, the best form of exercise is the
Yes.
walking that you do. When you go for those walks, Fraser, around Edinburgh, showing the sights,
Yeah.
you're doing the best exercise you can do, mate.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow I plan to go. It's gonna be a bit better weather, so I plan to maybe nip into town and maybe do a wee broadcast.
Yeah.
In this part of town near the Scottish Parliament, the Holyrood Palace, where the Queen stays.
Oh, I heard the
Fraser,
thing on there.
Fraser, the only thing you need, buddy, is you need one of those wind mics. You know what I mean, that you have on the lapel.
Yeah, the doctor told me about that wind. He's after. Yeah, it's crazy. He's giving me tablets for the wind. I know.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the microphone.
Oh
What
yeah,
the-
when you're out walking around. I looked
I know.
into that, Michael. And there's two products. One is called they're both called the blimp. They're like a big cylinder that you put the shotgun mic inside of. And
Yeah.
then it's got a sock that goes over the outside.
Yes.
Well, RODE, that
Yes.
brand you're familiar with, they make
Yeah.
one
Randy
that costs-
uses that. Yeah.
It costs $279, right?
That's an expensive
on
sock.
on YouTube, I looked at this video and it says comparing the Movo MOVO to the one from Rode. The Movo costs $99, and after seeing the video, I think it's a better gig. I think it's a better product. It does everything that you need done as far as the wind noise. And the guy said, I've been preparing this video thinking, well, it'd be windy outside, and it has been calm for 3 days.
So he had to use the floor vent for his furnace to be the wind. And he showed the before and after without the
Yeah.
sock, holding the mic over, and it's going, kind of
Yeah.
like Fraser's background. And then he puts the gizmo on there, the blimp, nothing. You can hardly hear it. I mean,
Unbelievable.
you can hear it.
Your
but it's just-
headset that you have on right now, that looks new. Is that a new set you got there? Did
This-
you upgrade?
no, this headset, the microphone doesn't work.
No.
And
No.
I got it at a yard sale for $2.
$2. Why not? Well,
Right. Guy doesn't spend a lot of money on hardware. I'm got to confess. Fraser will tell you. I mean, Fraser's from Scotland, so he's probably the true Scottish person. But I'm
okay.
pretty
What's that mean? Are
Scotch
you
when it-
calling him cheap? Is that what you're doing right now?
well, yeah, thrifty.
Frugal.
Thrifty.
Frugal is the word.
Yeah, you don't want to be blowing a lot of money on stuff, and so I haven't. For the longest time I've used this little USB mic I got at a
Yeah.
yard sale for 50
Can you
cents.
see the comments from where you are, sir? Because you have people here talking to you. No? Okay. So you have
I can't.
you have Ivan right now who's saying, hi, Guy.
Hi, Ivan. Oh,
Yeah.
Ivan
And
from
Brian Shaw is also saying hello.
Hi, Brian. Hi, Ivan. I think if it's the Ivan that I know from Serbia,
Yes.
he's a longtime acquaintance from, gosh, years.
So you've known him. Okay. I don't know
Yeah.
if I follow him, so I'm going to follow him now. I just subscribed to you, sir. And there you go. Because any friend of Guy's is a friend of mine. Now, I noticed today you said we're not twins. What happened? You said we sounded the same. We looked the same.
Well, yeah, but you notice
You're the sexier version than me.
See the plaid on my shirt is a different plaid than you're wearing.
I didn't get the memo. I didn't get the memo.
But the riddle is, why are we both wearing plaid? Who said
Yes.
you better wear plaid? Because I put the plaid shirt on before I got here, so I didn't know you were even wearing plaid. And
Fraser, what are you wearing
thing.
today? Just one sec. Let Fraser talk here for a sec. Fraser,
Okay.
what are you wearing today? What's the garment of choice today for you?
Just my usual work hoodie.
Let's see. Let's stand up for a second. Show him the there you go. Okay. This is also now. Does this have bleach stains like the other one? The other one went in what was it, $65 because it had been used. There were many women around the world that were saying, "Look, I only want the really used stuff. I want to have the true essence of Fraser. I don't want something new. I want used and abused. If it has a few holes in it, I'll pay more."
Yeah, and it's got to have the Edinburgh Dusters logo on the.
Well, yeah, and it's got to have that sweaty smell. Please do not wash it, for God's sake. I want his.
Oh yeah.
I want his smell, and I want it. If he's run around the block for a week in it, I will pay more. Don't send me the clean one. I want the essence of Fraser. That's what they're saying. That's what I heard in.
Why does that sound so wrong?
He
Okay,
says. He says,
ahead.
Ivan says, "Do you remember me?" And then he said,
from
"Yes, I did."
Bosnia. Yeah. And you know how Ivan, he speaks pretty good English for somebody from Eastern Europe. He learned English. I said, "Well, did you learn it at university?" No, watching TV. He watched
That's
American
amazing.
television
That's
and
amazing.
learned English from watching television. I've tried to wrap my head around that, and I don't think I could do it. Like if I had Spanish television, I don't think I could pick up Spanish because they talk so fast.
Yeah.
Right. And, you always want to say, well, what's that? What's the word for that? No. My Spanish is limited from working in onion harvest years ago.
Right.
There was Mexicans that worked at the same plant that I worked in, the Walla Walla Gardeners Association.
Yeah.
And so those mesh bags that you bag the onions in, when I'd get low on bags, I was a bagger.
Yeah.
And when I need
not a beggar, a bagger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been a beggar other times. The instance of bags when they'd run low, I'd say I need more costales. I just had to say costalities, and they knew that meant, I don't know if that meant get the bags or if it meant containers. I don't know what the literal translation is, but
So,
that's what I
Guy,
was
I'm going to
doing.
give you one more minute because we're going to close the show up. I like to close it up around 7:30. This is our second show today, but you need to have your own program. Please invite me on it. Please invite Fraser. Fraser is a wonderful guest. I'll
Oh,
help you with numbers. We'll try to get Randy. I would love to see you get that $50. Did you hear about the new
yeah,
requirement?
I don't plan to participate in the $50 gig because I don't have time. I just too many other
No,
things going
you
on.
got
Yeah,
yeah, too
I'm
many
doing good.
commitments. It's
I'm
chump
doing
change
good
for you.
with. Well, I make $85 an hour when I'm
Well,
doing the
yeah.
dance. So to work that hard to make 50 seems kind of like, huh?
Yeah. So what kind of dances do you do? Like, are
Content
we talking?
management.
Oh, okay. You're not talking exotic erotic. You're talking like
No,
an
no,
okay. Okay, because you
I'm
said
no
dance,
longer.
I got a little concerned. I was okay.
No, no,
Okay.
that's just
All
a
right.
figure of speech. Yeah,
Okay.
Fraser will definitely get an invite. He's the reason that Guy Cook has a podcast at all.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
little Fraser history here.
Okay. Let's
Back
go back in
back in
time.
the day,
Hmm.
Fraser says, you should try doing podcasting. I've made up a little logo, and he called it the Cook Report. And I'd already been in the planning stages, and I think
Right.
it was more procrastination than planning of doing the podcast. I'd always come up with reasons. Well, one of the reasons I don't have any graphics done. Well, that nudge, that Thursday afternoon nudge,
Hmm.
was the thing that pushed me into the following Monday. I said, "Hey, Fraser, here's the first episode of the Guy or Cook," or no, it was still called the Cook Report. And then I
Yes.
did some SEO, and in Washington, there's a national level political commentary, even been on Meet the Press on television, called
Right.
the Cook Report. I said, well, we probably shouldn't call it the Cook Report. Let's see if the Guy or Cook Report is available. Well, it was, and that became the name. So there,
That's
if
so
any time that you have an issue with my podcast,
yeah,
you can blame Fraser. I
I
would
will.
never be
Listen,
doing it. That's the guy.
quickly say goodbye, wave, and we'll see you in the future.
Okay, there's the wave.
Hence the word hashtag talk a lot.
There you go. He's gone. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Oh, I love him. I absolutely adore him. I think
I did tell you.
he has the sensibility of the old school.
Right. Go to work, and I'll catch up with you later. Okay.
Okay, my friend, take care. All right. It's just me in the moment here, folks. How is everybody doing? What a wonderful show. Thank you for being here. Now, I just want to remind you of a couple things. Every morning, Monday to Friday, from 6:30 to 7:30, we do the morning show. The other thing I want you to know is on Sundays at 10 o'clock, we do a business show of some sort. And it's just light chat amongst friends. Hans has been on it. Adib has been on it. Andy has been on it. Carmi has been on it. So I'm hoping to get some guests in the future. I'm hoping Ken will come up. I'm hoping Willie will come up. It's going to be a great time for all. If you would like to be a guest on the business show and you're okay talking about business things in a somewhat serious manner, but still light, they still tell jokes and have fun, please, if you can, visit us on Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock. It would mean the world to me if you were here. And I really appreciate it. I just want to go by one of my sponsors again. Here you go. If you like the camera that you're seeing in this broadcast, see this here? There you go. I'm just going to get it to focus. It is hands down the best cheap camera I've ever used. It's the N660p Nexago, and it is really good quality. If you enjoy the microphone, I highly recommend this right here. It is called the Fafine, and you will be smiling if you use it. I'm going to flip it around here. There's the barcode. That's always important. We'll go one more here. I feel like I'm doing the Rubik's Cube thing. But this right here is, you can see when you're very close, it's got great sound quality. So thank you to everyone. Thank you to Donna. Thank you to all the people who have subscribed and sponsored me and my work. I would love for Randy to get more sponsors. Nobody works harder. He's the hardest working man on HAPS right now. I highly appreciate you visiting me and having this wonderful community here on HAPS. We'll see you tomorrow. Not sure what time I'll be doing the morning show. I will not be getting up at 6:30, but you can guarantee it between Monday to Friday. I'm here from 6:30 to 7:30. Today, this is our actually second show. And I pray you have a wonderful, supported week, and keep shining your light, and don't ever let anyone stop you from living your greatest passion life. And what I mean by that is, whatever you dream, whatever you desire, whatever nudge you feel, know that you are connected to the greatest sources of light and love in the universe. And the world is conspiring in your favor to make your life rich and abundant with possibilities. God bless you all. Have a great day and keep shining your light.